Okay, so this one is gonna be interesting. Okay, I like talking about stuff like this. I like things pertaining to like behavior, and because I'm getting to the psychology field. I was gonna do nursing, but then I realized that, well, really, I like the process. Like, I like to know the reason why things are the way they are. But I'm learned that I just like to learn, and so that confused me on what I wanted to do. But so now I'm switching to psychology, and I want to be a psychiatrist. So and get to talk to like little kids, mainly that. So this is gonna be interesting to talk about. And thanks. I try to be entertaining. Okay, so the biggest pet peeves with traits of people's behavior is when there's like they have a big old ego, you know? I know it's hard for guys about the ego thing, but you know, since how people were raised, especially I think in the South, it's really bad. I think people getting beat up and stuff, and people putting their kids in fights maybe too, so they can make them be more manly, you know, stuff like that. It's too much. But I okay, and people who like just gossip all the time is annoying, especially girls. I know it sounds kind of sexist, but it's the truth. It is. And okay, let's start with the girls, I guess, or in general. No, let's just do in general. I'll just say girl or boy most of the time. But I don't like when people are rude. Of course, is anybody like rude to a waitress or something? I can, and I'm good at, like, if I look at you in the eyes, I can kind of tell the person who you already are. Like, I can like, but I can do that more when it's in person. Like, it's hard for me to tell by if I see it on like a picture, but you know, so that's why I don't really date. I mean, I don't date, you know, because every time I see somebody, I'm like, nope, because I already know, like, no, it's not gonna work out. But cocky, I do not like cockiness. That's a definite turn off. If I like you and you're cocky, like, then it's negative now, you know. You might be a 10, but you negative 10 now. Because of the cockiness. It's not that I don't, people with these traits are bad or anything, but I'm not gonna date them because I want something, you know, more mature, not so and evolved, and somebody who's okay with changing and okay with facing their past to grow, you know. Because you can't tackle the future when you haven't even been able to tackle your past, you know. So, also another pet peeve is when people, this is more personal, like if I'm close to them, but I don't really get close to people only when in like school days, because like, you know, like in high school, because you're always around them, you know them since you're young. So like I've known them since I was like in kindergarten, you know, so it's like I had to warm up to you, you know, so it's easier for me to be friends with people who I've known for years, decades, you know. So I just don't like when oh my goodness, I forgot because I was rambling on, but it should come back to me. I don't like people they judge somebody before they even know them. Like, they'll not like a person just because their friend doesn't like them. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I remember my friend, like, I had somebody like that, and I was like, girl, I'm not gonna not like them because you don't like them. Like, that's your business, you know. Like, they didn't do nothing to me. I don't care for my best friend. I'm all about fairness, and I don't like when people aren't fair in situations. Like, they'll just see a side they want to see. You know, oh yeah, what I'm talking about is when somebody doesn't want to, who can't take criticism, like, cause, or who can't, who doesn't want to grow, who wants to just wallow in their pain and just be mad at the world for how it's treated them, but they don't want to take the steps to get better. You know what I'm saying? You know, people like that is like really annoying, because I'm since I'm into like I want to be helping people. That's really hard to be around people who don't want to grow, because I'm a person, I'm intense. So I'm like, come on, do it, like, or just face it so you can get over it. Like, I just get like, I get so like, you know, if it takes them too long, I get a little impatient. But I am a really patient person, but I don't think I have patience for somebody who is like, you have the solution, but you don't want to solve, you don't want to even try, like, you don't want to, you have the formula, but you don't want to apply the formula to the question, you know. That's how I feel. Like, here's the tools to be happy, but you choose to not receive it. You choose to not smile when smiling could help you. You know, it's like you want to be sad, but you're saying you don't want to be sad. That's annoying. The values I respect the most is, because I want to make sure that I talk about it equally, so I won't go back and forth, because I'm like that. My mind just goes back and forth with things. Values I respect the most is somebody who's honest, loyal, who's who evolves, who can evolve and not stuck, who's always growing and learning, who can understand is really big, like, who is patient, because if you're not patient, then it's like you always feel like you have to rush, and that's I feel like if you have to rush, then you shouldn't do it at all. Like rush relationships, I don't get that, and I think that's a big red flag, you know. I'm talking about dating, but still, honesty, loyalty, and I respect when somebody stands up for somebody, and no, the biggest thing is when somebody cares for people, you know, like, especially men, you know. No, not especially men, but it's just because since men are, you know, I know men are a lot raised by being so masculine and taking action and stuff, and not being really nurturing, not really caring. So when they take care of people, or like give to people, or just have a caring heart, that's really big, because if they have that, then, you know, they'll treat you right, or if they don't, then, you know, they got other stuff that they gotta work on. But and then a big pet peeve, tries again, let me go back to that. Somebody who is narcissistic, of course. Somebody who tries to guilt trip you to doing something that they want you to do. Like, they were like, some of this isn't about me, but it's the behaviors I don't like, but I've seen it from other people, and I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, so it's not like I'm saying, I'm talking about somebody who I've been with, but, like, when the guilt trip, and like, well, you wanna go, why can't you just, I can't think, but I'll miss you. Don't go, I'll miss you. What am I gonna do? Like, I'm my own person. Let me do what I want to do. And if you really cared, you wouldn't be making somebody tend to you want them to not have their vacation because you are not happy with your life. that you can be by yourself. Somebody who is clingy is really, but I think I'm okay with like if it's a relationship, but clingy in a healthy way. Like they're open minded. They're open to they're understanding of that I have my own life. Somebody who has boundaries, but it's clingy. Dating is good. That don't make any sense. But somebody who if you can be clingy with, but not codependent. Who's okay with you going out and having your life because that made you happy. Somebody who wants to see you happy. Somebody who admires you is a big value. I know this. Somebody who has morals, strong morals, but that aligns with me. Treating people how you want to be treated. Fairness is big. Fairness is really big for me. I want somebody who calls me out. Who not calls me out, but who makes me understand stuff better, so that I can so I can open my eyes to make me grow, because I love growing and transforming and becoming a better person, because I know that if I could become a better person, that I can help other people. And that's why I like psychology so much, is because when you find the root of the issue, you can really cleanse what you have been, what has hurt you and what has triggered you. So that's why I'm like that. I like to know that somebody who is who has is intellectual. I used to say I didn't like deep people, who or get deep into the emotions, but now I'm like that. So I like that, but just somebody I don't like when people are too hyper, because I'm like a deer. I'm just always observing. If I hear a sound, I guess it's like a defense thing or something. I want to make sure that I'm safe where I'm at, and so when people are really loud, cause it's like a firework. You don't want to hear a firework bust in the house. That's my pet peeve, when somebody's doing too much, really hype, and it's you're tired, or even in general, even if you're happy, but somebody's just jumping the piper, and it makes me exhausted. I'm like, dang, they're making me tired, but I don't say nothing, but I'm just oh yeah. I'm hey, how you doing? I'm hey, it's just so do I have to yell loud so I don't sound like I'm being mean, because I kind of feel mean when somebody's really loud, and I'm just hey, because you don't have to be that loud, but I guess do what you want to do. Also value, I respect. I know that a lot of the stuff that I say isn't really values, but I like when somebody has their inner child, because I think the inner child can really be tarnished. Not really tarnished, because I think you always have your inner child, but it can be when you've had a hard life, or if your parents made you grow up too fast, or something that made the pressures of being an adult. Because I think people say that's childish, but childlike, I think it's how God wants us to be, if you believe in God. So I like that, even though I said I don't like hyper, but that has the innocence, that pureness to them, and that's really hard to find, but having pureness can take away that cheating. They're gonna be loyal, No, I'm joking. But have the inner child, who can joke around, who can play without feeling I have to be stern. Somebody who can be serious at the right times, but can also be fun too, joking around, playful. I like that. But it'll take a while for me to be like that, since I'm so closed off. But yeah, like, because I feel like if you're more pure, then you chose goodness over the dark side. Because I think when you don't have the inner child side with you, then you kind of are going the wrong direction, like, it's not gonna make you happy. And I think that it can lead to like a lot of bad things, you getting tempted to a lot of bad things if you don't heal your inner child, and you don't have the inner child pop up. Like if you don't like do something fun, like just playfulness, or go out swimming and having fun without caring about somebody saying you're childish or something. Because I think I get called childish a lot, but when I was like last year probably even, but I just think there's a bad stigma around it, because I think that the seriousness that we are that we are like, I know in the South is big, is being serious and put together, and not being childish, because that's bad. I know childish is bad, but childlike is different, I think. And so yeah, I think the seriousness should be, I think they're really teaching us this for jobs, like to be like that for jobs. But we need to, that's good for jobs, but when you out of your job, you should be able to have fun and be playful and stuff. I'm not talking about do bad stuff, but that's what I think some people get confused with when they get raised, is that they think that they have to be all serious because that's how they were raised, and really, I think that for generations is, I gotta be serious because that's what you're taught. And I think people need to know that there's a time for seriousness. There's a time for when I'm not saying you have to, but where you can like loosen up, because like, think about like a celebrity. Why would they have to be serious all the time if they are rich and stuff? Like, what's so bad about it if you're not harming anybody, if you're being happy? Childlike is happiness. I know, like little kids, they don't seem sad because they have that pureness. So they take in everything. They embrace everything. Like they are so like happy about everything, before they face the world. But that's the way to happiness is and doing those things that make you happy, doing those things that activate your inner child. Like even playing games, like board games or something like that, Twister or something like that. Watching cartoons, just connecting to that can really help. I think heal a lot of that, because I feel like when we were younger, we didn't heal that, so it's time to heal it so that we can move on and not have negative thoughts surrounding that, our past. Yeah, but oh yeah, I don't like the behavior of when, like I was saying, like when they're mean to waitresses, like they'll get mad about something that's not there. Like, how can y'all not have chicken, for example, chicken strips or whatever? It's not their fault. They're just working there, like, and they, how much they get paid. They don't get paid that much, and then they just get mad at them when it's not. They're just working. They're like, ma'am, like, she's just working here. And another big thing, is, disrespectful. Huge. If you're disrespectful, I won't even look at you. I'll be like, no, because I'm saying, like, in relationships or something, or even friendships, if I had to be around you every day for like school, yeah, but I'll have to be around you. But as soon as school is over, you'll never see me again. If we're friends in there, I'll just talk to you if you're talking to me. But that's how I am. That's why people are like, are you kidding me? Like, they probably like, dang, she just ghosted me. Yep. I don't care if you think I'm mean, but I don't want to be around you because we're not matching. I know this sounds close-minded, but when you feel like that negative energy around people, take it out. You know what I'm saying? And I could go on, but when people are just when it's at school, when there's a substitute teacher and they're so mean to them. It's so mean. Like, oh my goodness. Like, are you kidding me? They're just trying to work. They don't make that much money, you know? Oh my goodness. And when people make fun of people, of course, look down on people, all that. Because also I look at that because surround yourself with people who you look up to or who you relate to, you know? Not relate to, because you can relate to somebody and they're bad, you know what I'm saying? Like who y'all have maybe the same beliefs, or y'all, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like when people I respect the most is somebody who is like giving, who gives without wanting, who doesn't care about receiving back, who gives without thinking about receiving. Okay, and then to end up going back, lastly, again, the trust of people's behavior. I know this is not really a trait, but I hate smacking, even though I watch. Even though I watch gum chewing ASMR, I don't like that. Or like mouth sounds, stuff like that in person, no. Slurping, stuff like that, no. I know it's weird, but I'll see you next time, okay?